Walt Disney World is known as a family-friendly resort destination with rides that families can enjoy together. But what about those who want more excitement? Well, Disney rides are masters at storytelling, and a select few have the potential to immerse you into stories with big thrills or big special effects. I'm Darren from OrlandoParkSky.com, and I have 10 scary, must-do attractions at Walt Disney World for thrill seekers and special effects lovers. Number 10. The Haunted Mansion at Disney World is one of the park's most iconic attractions, blending humor, whimsy, and just the right amount of spookiness. The eerie atmosphere is created by hauntingly beautiful decor and a ghostly soundtrack. And the ride itself takes you through various scenes populated by friendly ghosts and supernatural characters, each with its own story and charm. The attraction starts with a clever pre-show where you'll see the foreboding mansion up on a hill, complete with the sound of a distant thunderstorm and a dog howling. One of my favorite tips to point out is to look closely at the windows at night. A cast member will greet you with a dead serious expression and will lead you into the foyer and then an elevator, reminding you to step in the dead center of the room. I think the stretching room is one of the best special effects Disney has ever created, and it's where you'll see and hear the attraction's most frightening scene, a hanging body in the rafters, followed by sudden darkness and the sound of a body hitting the ground.
Which offers you this chilling challenge, to find a way out. Of course, there's always my way.
As you progress through the ride in your Doom Buggy, you encounter famous scenes like the ballroom filled with dancing spirits, the ghostly bride, and of course, hitchhiking ghosts. I think they are each designed to entertain rather than to terrify. While there are some dark and creepy elements, the tone remains playful. The humor often shines through with clever wordplay in the narration and lighthearted interactions that keep things fun. Families with young children often enjoy it together, as the scares are mild and the experience is more about enjoying the spooky atmosphere rather than being genuinely frightened. Overall, the Haunted Mansion is perfect for those looking for a taste of the spooky side of Disney without the intensity of a traditional theme park blood and guts attraction. It's a delightful blend of thrills, laughs, and a touch of Disney magic that makes it a must-do for guests of all ages. Number 9. When I enter the queue at Pirates of the Caribbean at Walt Disney World, I am immediately brought back to my childhood. I loved this attraction as a kid. It all seemed so real to me. Like the Haunted Mansion, this attraction offers a unique blend of storytelling, even though it's unclear as to what exactly the story is, and mild spookiness, making it a classic attraction for so many of us. The ride begins in a dimly lit Spanish fort, immersing you in a world of pirates, weapons, and treasure. Once aboard your boat, you are transported through various scenes of thunderstorms, skeletons on a beach, and a helmsman who doesn't seem to know he's dead, which is actually my favorite scene in the whole ride, by the way. You're then surprised by a blinding flash, then sudden darkness, and then you sail over a waterfall. You emerge right in the middle of cannon fire between a pirate ship and a Spanish fort. Cannonballs land in the water right next to your boat, way too close for comfort.
Sending you to Davy Joe.
While the overall atmosphere is playful, the dim lighting and dark waters create an eerie feeling. The ride features amazing sound effects and hilarious classic quotes.
Party hens, everyone an egg layer.
Not less they be laying golden eggs.
Belay there, you bilge rat.
This is what makes Pirates of the Caribbean such a great attraction. Its scariest moments are balanced with humor. It's more about the excitement of the pirate adventure than genuine fear, making it a memorable experience for everyone who rides it. Number 8. Avatar Flight of Passage at Disney's Animal Kingdom can feel a bit scary for several reasons, particularly for guests who might be sensitive to height or intense motion. From the moment you enter the immersive queue, you're enveloped in the lush world of Pandora. But then you enter a very industrial area in stark contrast to the world you just left. Just listen to the background sound effects in there. think it's all designed to make you feel uneasy, which builds anticipation for the ride ahead. Once you're seated on the ride vehicle, the experience intensifies as you're secured into place, heightening a sense of vulnerability. As the ride begins, there's a sensation of soaring on the back of a banshee, and it's amazing. The combination of stunning 3D visuals and physical movement creates a breathtaking but disorienting experience, especially during the rapid turns and drops. The feeling of flying high above the beautiful landscapes of Pandora can evoke a sense of fear for those who are uncomfortable with heights. Additionally, the ride incorporates various sensory effects, such as the wind in your face, mist, and the feeling of the banshee breathing beneath you, which really immerses you into the story. I think the intensity of the experience, combined with the stunning yet immersive visuals, make Flight of Passage a spectacular ride and provides a thrilling rush with intense experiences. Number 7. It's not that I find Mission Space at Epcot frightening. I just think it's scary not knowing if it's going to make me sick or not. I have never experienced the orange team for this reason. I'm just too afraid. But I do like the less intense green team. The orange team for some people is a great thrill ride with a great story, but for others, it makes them so sick they have to go home. If you see anyone lying down on a bench at Epcot, chances are they just got off Mission Space. And the ride can be quite intimidating, particularly for those who may be prone to motion sickness or are not fans of enclosed spaces. The ride simulates a space launch, immersing you in a realistic environment that includes intense spins and G-forces designed to replicate the feeling of blasting off into space. As you're strapped into your seat and the countdown begins, the sense of anticipation builds, heightened by the tight confines of the capsule. The ride's immersive visuals and sound effects contribute to a feeling of being launched into orbit, which can be disorienting for some. The intense sensations of acceleration and then spinning can create an overwhelming experience, leading to feelings of anxiety or unease. For guests who find the idea of space travel daunting or who may not enjoy high-intensity attractions, Mission Space can be genuinely scary, making it a ride that requires a bit of courage to tackle. Number 6. Rock and Roller Coaster at Disney's Hollywood Studios is an exhilarating experience that can certainly be considered on the scarier side, especially for those who aren't accustomed to high-speed thrill rides. The ride begins with a dramatic launch that catapults you from 0 to 57 miles per hour in just a few seconds, creating an adrenaline rush that's hard to match in Orlando. The ride primarily takes place in complete darkness, which adds an element of surprise and suspense. As you zoom along, the unexpected loops and inversions come at you fast, leaving little time to prepare for the thrilling drops and sharp corners. The combination of the powerful G-forces and disorienting darkness can be quite intense, making it feel like you're speeding through the streets of Los Angeles. The energetic soundtrack, featuring classic rock anthems by Aerosmith, only heightens the excitement, immersing you in the exhilarating vibe of a rock concert. The initial launch in particular is terrifying because you know you're going to launch, but when exactly is that going to happen? Sitting there waiting in suspense is perhaps the biggest thrill of the ride. The ride's design plays with your senses, blending the thrill of speed with the thrill of the unknown, which can amplify the scare factor. Overall, Rock and Roller Coaster delivers a wild and intense experience, making it one of the more thrilling and potentially scary attractions in Walt Disney World. And while I love Aerosmith, I wouldn't mind seeing a refresh here. I think the band Coldplay would be an excellent addition to the ride. What band do you think would be a good fit here? Number 5. Expedition Everest at Disney's Animal Kingdom can be quite a scary experience, starting with the moment you see it from a distance. And once you enter the queue, you're immersed in the lore of the legendary Yeti and the mysteries of the Himalayas, which sets a suspenseful tone. My favorite scene in the whole queue is the display of the badly beaten camping gear and the last few photos the photographer ever took in his or her attempt to document their demise. That is some great storytelling. As you head out on the track, listen to the sound effects, especially as you climb the main lift hill. Everything you hear is unsettling, from the prayer music in the temple to the creaking of the bridge. You also have the feeling of vulnerability as you realize how high you are. And then there's the moment where you run out of track. And how about the fact that the ride suddenly goes backwards into the mountain and into complete darkness? It's disorienting by design, amplifying the scare factor as you feel the loss of control and that you can't see where you're going or where you'll end up. The darkness of the tunnels and the sudden encounters with the Yeti can be genuinely startling, especially when it appears that he's lunging towards you in the ride's finale scene. The combination of speed, height, and darkness creates an exhilarating yet very intimidating experience for a Disney ride. The immersive storytelling combined with the physical sensations of the ride make Expedition Everest a thrilling journey that leaves me saying only Disney could create this. Number 4. Star Wars Rise of the Resistance at Disney's Hollywood Studios can be a thrilling and somewhat scary experience for several reasons. From the moment you enter the queue, you're immersed in the tension of the Resistance mission, with atmospheric lighting and sound effects that create a sense of urgency.
Hurry, all recruits to transport. No need for safety barrier, we'll just go drive.
The story unfolds with unexpected twists, making you feel like you're part of a high-stakes adventure. As you progress through the queue, you encounter First Order cast members who treat you as prisoners, making you stand single file. Some may even get into your personal space and look you up and down to further intimidate you. They must have so much fun at work every day. After being placed into a prison cell and an uncomfortable lecture by Kylo Ren,
You have what I want. You know the location of the secret base, and I will take it from you.
the immersive experience ramps up with a sudden escape. Realistic animatronics and amazing special effects bring the Star Wars universe to life. Your encounter with the First Order can be pretty intense as the stormtroopers confront you with their menacing, terrible aim, and the fear of capture adds to the suspense. The ride includes moments of sudden movement, including a surprise drop which elevates the adrenaline. The use of sound effects and immersive storytelling heightens the tension. The sounds of blaster fire, the rumble of a Star Destroyer, and the ominous presence of Kylo Ren all contribute to a sense of danger that feels real. The combination of dark environments, startling moments, and the overarching narrative of being chased by the First Order creates an atmosphere that can be genuinely frightening, especially for those who are fans of the franchise and are invested in the storyline. Overall, Rise of the Resistance blends thrilling ride mechanics with immersive storytelling, making it a heart-pounding experience that keeps guests on the edge of their seats. Definitely a memorable adventure for anyone brave enough to join the Resistance. Number 3. It's Tough to Be a Bug at Disney's Animal Kingdom can be surprisingly intense for some guests, particularly younger children and men in their 40s who just happen to have a crippling fear of insects, just saying. The attraction combines 3D visual effects with live action elements, immersing you in a world from the perspective of bugs. As the show unfolds, guests encounter various insects and the atmosphere becomes increasingly immersive and interactive. The main source of fear comes from the unexpected surprises throughout the show. Guests are subjected to sensory effects like the sudden gusts of air and fog when they are blasted with bug spray, vibrations in their seats, and even the sensation of bugs crawling around their seat. These elements can be startling, especially because they occur unexpectedly, creating moments of genuine fright. The show also features some scenes that portray predators, such as spiders and hornets, which are naturally intimidating to us as humans. While the attraction aims to educate and entertain, the combination of sensory effects and unexpected scares can make it a frightening experience.
We're still alive? This means war! Hornets, arm your stingers and attack!
They're mine. Bug bombs, zappers, sticky little motels. Nothing can stop us. Ha! Nothing!
Number 2. Dinosaur at Disney's Animal Kingdom is super scary for a variety of reasons, and I'm honestly surprised Disney even created a ride like this. The ride's premise, traveling back to the age of dinosaurs, actually you're going back in time to steal a dinosaur, creates a sense of urgency, especially with the looming threat of carnivorous dinosaurs all around you. As you board your time rover and the adventure begins, the darkness of the ride is disorienting, making it difficult to anticipate what might come next. The sudden appearance of massive animatronic dinosaurs, especially the T-Rex, is genuinely terrifying. The realistic movements combined with loud roars and the sensation of the vehicle reacting to these monsters creates a visceral experience that can catch you totally off guard. Additionally, the ride features quick turns, drops, and the feeling of being chased, all of which contribute to a heightened sense of fear and excitement. The immersive sounds, such as the growls of the dinosaurs and the crashing of trees, enhance the atmosphere, making it feel like you're truly in the middle of a prehistoric jungle.
That's it! Abort mission! Abort! Abort!
Iguanodon.
Forget it! Get them out now!
Dinosaur can be particularly intense, making it a thrilling experience that uniquely combines excitement and fright. My favorite thing about this ride is the on-ride photos at the end. Look at how many people have their eyes closed because they were so scared. Number 1. The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror at Disney's Hollywood Studios is widely regarded as one of the scariest attractions at Walt Disney World for several compelling reasons. I can't think of any other Disney ride that gets into your head quite like this one. It's 90% psychological, starting with the queue where you encounter overgrown gardens and dried up fountains, and I find the echoey big band music especially haunting. And then there's the suddenly abandoned lobby that immerses you into the eerie story of the hotel's mysterious past. What happened here that the hotel guests left their drinks and belongings behind?
Tonight's story in the Twilight Zone is somewhat unique and calls for a different kind of introduction. This, as you may recognize, is a maintenance service elevator.
The backstory, which revolves around a tragic elevator accident, sets a foreboding tone that builds anticipation and tension. As you make your way through the attraction, the unsettling ambience continues to heighten. You're in the hotel's basement, because basements are scary. You're surrounded by steam pipes, boilers, and of course service elevators. The suspense builds as you board the elevator, which feels old, confined, and claustrophobic. The ride begins with a surprisingly smooth and rapid lift, which lets you know this ride system has power and speed. There's just something about that first lift. It lets you know that there's no going back. As your elevator car stops, you're shown unsettling scenes that make no sense, like a shattering window and an oversized eyeball. The ride itself combines sudden drops and jolting movements that create a feeling of weightlessness. Plus, there's the unpredictability of the ride. The random drop sequences add to the fear factor, as you never know when the next drop or lift will occur. For me, the combination of psychological thrills and physical sensations makes the Tower of Terror a uniquely scary ride that keeps me on the edge of my seat. It's a must-do for thrill seekers and horror fans alike. Want to add to my list? Let me know what ride you find scary at Walt Disney World. How about It's a Small World? Imagine working on that attraction late at night after everyone has gone home. I'll be in the comments following along, and if you like the darker side of Disney, check out my video, Abandoned Walt Disney World, where I show you venues that are just sitting abandoned, hiding in plain sight. I'll see you over there.